I want a Spanish jamón.
Jamón?
This is a 4.75 kilogram jamón from Galicia, where we live, that I won in a raffle. So here's the story of how I won this ham, what we're gonna do with it, and how we're going to cut and slice our very first leg of ham.
I think we might be Spanish citizens now.
I'm Lainey.
I'm Shawn.
And this is Days We Spend. This is Days we spend eating ham.
There it is. So how do you win a ham in Spain? Every year in Orense, there's a festival called the Concurso de Pinchos. It's a food festival where a lot of the restaurants and bars, about 30, participate in a week-long sort of celebration of pinchos. Each bar creates their own little pincho, which is like a tapa on a piece of bread. And some of them are really fancy, some of them are really simple, and they're all delicious.
It's a whole week long for lunchtime and dinner time.
If this is your first time watching the channel, welcome. If it's your 50th time, you know that Lainey loves to do all the things. We didn't eat every pincho, but we ate a lot. And you get to vote on your favorite pinchos. So we were just running around eating all this delicious pinchos.
It's a great week.
So why do you vote? There's prizes. You can win like a wine tasting, spa package. Arguably one of the biggest prizes is a leg of jamón.
So the ham is from Corin, which is one of the biggest meat producers in Galicia. This ham is a paleta gran reserva cerdo selecto de castañas. It's a front shoulder of ham.
This is not a bellota, super nice pata negra.
Yeah, there's like
ham.
black hoof and white hoof hams. This is a white hoof ham, but it's fed chestnuts in the special Galician way.
Yeah, so it's a very Galician ham. It's not like a dehesa ham,
Yeah.
which eats acorns, right?
When Shawn says
It's really
dehesa,
heavy.
when Shawn says dehesa, that's the area of Spain where the Iberico hams come from.
We're the really expensive 500 euro crazy ham.
This is about a 60 to 80 euro ham.
It's about a 10-pound jamón, and I can feel it. My right arm is getting tight.
At this size, a lot of it might be bone.
So we entered all of our coupons and votes and stuff and put them in the boxes and kind of just forgot about it. And then Spain being Spain, you get a lot of phone calls here, but it's not spam phone calls like the US. Your doctor will call, a friend will call, or they'll leave a voice message. Like you have to answer your phone here.
I picked up the phone and I kind of heard her say on the phone, "Ganaste un jamón." And I went, "Wait, I want a ham? Gané un jamón?" She was like, sí, vale, vale, vale.
We heard the key phrase, concurso de pinchos, and we're like, oh.
We had to go to the only mall in Orense to pick up the ham at the prize award ceremony. Except we couldn't go because we were going on the Camino and had already made a bunch of plans for that. So our dear friends, Michael and Melissa, picked up the ham for us. We decided to wait to eat it until now, which is the end of November, for Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, because you have about a month to eat them after you open it. And we didn't want to do that in summer when it's really hot in our air-conditioned-less apartment.
There's just two of us, and it's not a massive ham, but we were like, dude, I don't want to just eat ham for 2 meals a day for 10 days. So we are going to take it to our friend's party with about 24 people. We borrowed this jamonera. Sorry, it's like blocking your face. Apparently, it's a little bit dangerous to cut jamón if you don't know what you're doing. You need a very sharp knife. You need a proper stand. And you need like patience and a little bit of skill.
Because you don't want to be forcing the knife through the ham. You want to be very gently like grating it through. You want really thin slices. You want flat slices.
Apparently, a common enough injury here is when you're cutting the jamón, a lot of times you'll be cutting towards you, which seems crazy.
So you kind of have to,
You kind of have to, the way it's situated. You'll be cutting toward you and the knife will catch on some gristle or skin or fat or something and kind of snag. So there's like a little scar that I think some people are like, oh, that's your ham scar, which is wild that it's a common enough thing to be like, oh yeah, he cuts a lot of ham. One of them got away from him. So we're going to do our best not to let that happen. We're going to try to set this up. We're going to try to follow the rules, keep the fat cap, do all the things, but it's our first time. So if you're Spanish and you're watching this, I'm sorry.
We're trying really hard.
Get in the comments. Let us know what you would do differently. If you have any advice for our next jamón, we want to embrace a lot of the Spanish culture, the Spanish food. And this feels like possibly the most Spanish thing that you can do.
We love ham. We better cut this now. The ham came in this box, so let's get it out of the box, out of the packaging, and on the ham stand, which is called a jamonera. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so greasy. Oh. This is our ham stand, or the jamonera, that we're borrowing from a friend. The ham gets clamped into this. Hammy. I'm all greasy already. Oh, it's really greasy. Oh my God, it's so slippery. Oh. We're gonna stick this on the spike. Okay.
Oh my God, it's so greasy.
I told you it's so greasy. I'm now screwing the ham in. So first we're cutting an angled cut with a big knife all the way to the bone. So Shawn is slicing the fat off now, and the fat is gonna go into the bowl over here because we need to keep it. I guess you can kind of understand how people stab themselves with this. There's a little ham in there, but it's still really fatty up there. We're getting there though, right there. So we still need to cut down this part and a lot more on the top here, because there's this big vein of fat here. So we have our bowl of fat, which I'm gonna put aside now. We are supposed to elevate the end of this jamonera because it's not a professional one. It doesn't have a tip because we need a flat surface to cut. So,
Oh, that's pretty close.
we're gonna use a milk carton. And that's what I saw on video. But the bone's a little more parallel to the ground. That's our meat chunk. Kind of a thick slice. It's a good ham.
I can see through these cuts. I'm very happy. So it's not perfectly flat here, and I'm making some like little guys that are coming out. Oh, that one's wafer thin.
Oh.
The jamonera is also a little bit wibbly, which makes it hard for beginners like us, but we're learning, we're trying, we're growing. So a little thicker than professional, but I'm actually pretty happy with our amateur cuts.
We're gonna save the rest of this ham for the party. We'll see how much of it we end up eating there. And if someone knows how to cut it better. But this was way more difficult than I expected. I'm not 100% sure we did this the correct direction. It might be upside down. I'm 99% sure we made a lot of mistakes here, but either way, we're gonna do our best to eat the whole ham at the party, or a lot of it. It's also really cold in our apartment, so the ham itself is not at the ideal temperature to eat. I'd like it to be a little bit warmer so that it's a little more melty in your mouth. So now we're gonna wrap it up in some plastic wrap so that we can transport it to the party, and then we will resume our cuts and ham eating. Ham point of view, everyone want a piece of ham?
Oh yes, that's me.
Everyone have some ham. Put your hands in there. In the week since we've opened this ham, we've learned a lot about it. Our friends did a pretty good dent in it at Thanksgiving, and our friend Alfonso helped cut this, which was amazing. Since then, we've gotten better at slicing ham, but also we found out that this is a paleta, which is a front shoulder, like the front leg of a ham. Paleta. We should have read the label. And most of the videos you see online about how to cut a ham are about the back leg. So the bone structure of this ham is very different than the bone structure of a lot of the videos we see. I've learned since then that I need to scrape away this section here because this is a bone, that's a bone, but there's apparently a bit juicy bit right here. So I learned I had to make a notch against the bone so I could get the meat. I've also sometimes using a smaller knife. You kind of see him coming up against the tendon right here, because we've already eaten the juicy part of the ham, which is called the masa. And that's like what most people go for first, because it's like the easiest to cut, has the most pieces of, not lean, but long marbled meat versus these a little harder to get to sections. So we're pretty close to turning this over. That's a good one. So that's how you win, cut, and eat a ham in Spain. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell for more videos from us and our experience and journey living in Spain.
Come on in.
I'm Lainey.
I'm Shawn.
Thanks for spending your day with us.
Come on.
Jamón, jamón. We ate all the jamón. I don't know what the song